You wanna look at the camera? Hi, I'm Mary and I hook books. I crochet things inspired by books. And we have some very needy little guests right now. That one up, one down, one up, one down. But we're going to try to get through this July wrap up in a fairly timely and non-chaotic manner. I recently finished Revolution for Dummies, Laughing Through the Arab Spring, and this was hilarious and terrifying and informative. So it was a memoir by Bassem Youssef, who I did not know was on The Daily Show. So that was really cool. I learned a lot. I'm a little terrified about our country, but he's also very hopeful. So 3.5 stars. And I read Small Favors, the 10th book in the Dresden files. And none of these are great. None of them are amazing, but they're all good. They're all popcorn reads. So this one I think I gave 3.5 stars. It's not super memorable. They did have a really cool battle that took place in an aquarium. So I made a little multicolored fish. I also read a collection of short stories, Wastelands, More Tales from the Apocalypse, and this was such a solid short story collection. There weren't really any that were duds. Everything was at least good. They might not all be super memorable, but they were all really good. So I gave it a 4.5. And of course, what causes the end of the world more often than anything? Bacteria. So this is my little Spirilla flagellated bacteria. This one specifically is H. pylori, which my students learned about today in class. So this will be making its way to the classroom on Tuesday. It is almost the end of term. I have 3 weeks left. I also have 3 weeks left until I move, so that's causing a little bit of chaos as well. And so I've been making a lot of little things for my students, so maybe I'll try to throw up a couple pictures of those. So I haven't been doing as much crocheting for myself. So I put on the longest audiobook that I own, All Dead, and this is 12 books in one, and I of course did not finish it. I'm just going to keep on working on that one, but I did read Ugly Beginning, Revelation, Fortunes, Winter, Siege, Confrontation, and Reborn. So it's not technically on my wrap up, but that little asterisk for how many books I read, because it is a 12 book compendium. And this isn't amazing. It's pretty good for modern zombie fiction, but it does scratch that Walking Dead itch. It really does feel like just sitting down for a Walking Dead marathon. I read Camp Damascus, and this is by Chuck Tingle that I thought only wrote kind of smuttier books. So I was intrigued when I saw that he wrote a horror book. And the tagline, The Ultimate Horror, is a gay conversion camp with a 100% success rate. So that's just terrifying. And it was really good. I think I gave it 4 stars. And of course, I had to make a rainbow. And of course, I didn't sew in any of my ends. I made like 6 of these, and I only sewed in the ones that I took to class. And I also read The Last Murder at the End of the World, and this was from the author of The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hugo, which I loved. And I've been hoping that his stuff will get just as good or better. I read The Dark Water by him, and it was just okay. This one has not been getting super great ratings, but I liked it. I think it's getting not great ratings because it's being sold as more of a thriller, and this is more of a mystery, like a slow burn mystery. So I really enjoyed it. I can't tell you why, but oh no. I made attack flowers. He's got little vampire teeth there. Just trust me that it makes sense. And I really enjoyed this. I think if you go into it thinking it's a mystery, not a thriller, you'll probably enjoy it too. Another nonfiction that I read was The Little Book of Lykke, the Danish search for the world's happiest people. And I read The Little Book of Hygge, I think last year, and I really liked that. That was more about creating your own space to make it comfortable, to increase your happiness. Whereas the Lykke is a little bit more about community, which is harder to change. A lot of the recommendations were about community and getting a community garden and a community tool share, which are just not super easy to do in like a big city or in apartments. So it was good, but not as good as The Little Book of Hygge. So I think I gave this one 3 stars. It is really good though, and there's some really cool information about the search for happiness, including the fact that South Korea has one of the highest GDPs and their economy has gotten so much better, but they're number 115 on the happiness rating. So money does not necessarily always buy happiness. I don't know what that was, but I should probably go find out. There's a kitty in my backdrop! Baby, are you okay? A coworker recommended Life as We Knew It, and this I would almost say is cozy, post-apocalyptic, if that makes sense. It's not gory or thrilling, but it is a really interesting take on just a family together trying to survive after something has happened to the moon. And of course, the moon is very important for a lot of things. So for that, I made a little moon. And I really enjoyed that one. I gave it 4 stars. I normally don't crochet things for the non-fictions that I read, but squirrel! It's a little gray squirrel with a fuzzy tail for my Squirrel Days by Ellie Kemper. And I only knew her from the Kimmy, the Life of Kimmy, the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. And I didn't know she was on The Office. I am one of those people who's still not watched The Office. Maybe I'll have to because she is adorable and I love her. But yeah, this was fun. It wasn't super emotionally impactful, but it was a fun little read. So I think I gave this one 3 stars. And finally, I hear chaos ensuing behind me. So in the nick of time, I read The Invited, and this had been on my hold from the library for so long that I forgot what it was about. So it's a really cool take on building a haunted house. I really liked it. I liked the twist. I liked the, is it a witch? Is it a ghost? What's going on? I really liked the characters. So I think I gave this one a 4. And of course, I had to make a little ghost. So that was my July reading and crochet wrap up. I had a pretty good, if not overly productive July, and I hope you did too. And I hope moving into the fall, I know things get a little bit crazy and the flu starts going around. So please take care of yourselves, drink water, eat healthy meals, get some exercise, go to sleep at a decent hour, and do something to feed your soul. And if you would like to subscribe, like the video, or if you'd like to donate financially, you can do that at the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. And just remember, keep your shoulders back, your head up, and breathe. You did want to be in the videos.